from you, to receive every grace from you. Open the floodgates of heaven. Let it rain on us. There shall be showers of blessing. Showers of blessing, oh God. We open our hearts unto you, God, and pray for your blessings for today, now and even forevermore. We give you praise because you're our God. That is how we put our hands above our head to give you a sacrifice of praise. Give him a praise. Give him a praise. Give him a praise.
think it's quite familiar. At least the chorus, let's all sing together and say, it is not by might, it is by the Spirit of the Lord. Expectation. Are you in Zechariah chapter 2? You can turn your Bibles or you can swipe your gadgets. I have the NIV version of the Bible and this is what it says. Then I looked and there before me was a man with a measuring line in his hand. I asked, where are you going? He answered me, to measure Jerusalem to find out how wide and how long it is. Then the angel who was speaking to me left, and another angel came to meet him and said to him, run, tell that man, Jerusalem will be a city without walls because of the great number of men and livestock in it. And I myself will be a wall of fire around it, declares the Lord, and I will be its glory within. Verse 6. Come, come. Flee from the land of the north, declares the Lord, for I have scattered you to the four winds of heaven, declares the Lord. Come, O Zion, escape you who live in the daughter of Babylon. For this is what the Lord Almighty says, after he has honored me and has sent me again to the nations that have plundered you, for whoever touches you touches the apple of his eye. I will surely raise my hand against them, so that their slaves will plunder them. Then you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me. Shout and be glad, O daughter of Zion, for I am coming, and I will live among you, declares the Lord. Many nations will be joined with the Lord in that day, and will become my people. I will live among you, and you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you. The Lord will inherit Judah as his portion in the Holy Land, and will again choose Jerusalem. Be still before the Lord, all mankind, because he has roused himself from his holy dwelling. The great expectation. The great expectation because of what God intends to do, as we find between verse 1 and verse 5. we find that the Lord intends to bless without measure. We also find that God promises that He will accomplish this purpose. He Himself will accomplish it. When you read verse 1 to 4, Zechariah is given a vision of a man that is running with a measuring line to go and measure the width of Jerusalem. But in the vision, he also sees an angel that says, no, stop that man, tell him not to bother. Because I, the Lord, am going to make sure that Jerusalem has no walls. Because although right now it has but few people and the livestock there is also not much, I am going to ensure that there is an abundance that is going to come that cannot be contained in Jerusalem as it has been known in the past. So Jerusalem will be a city without walls. It will not have boundaries. And I interpret this to mean that God is telling CITAM, Karen, break the walls. Stop thinking small. Throw away the calculator. You have been sitting down and calculating how your life is going to be like. And you're using a measure that is influenced or informed by what has been. But the Lord is saying, I will bless your socks out. I will come and I will be great among you. I am going to open the floodgates of heaven. He is saying, try me and test me, like he said in the days of Malachi. See that I am the Almighty God who says and fulfills. I am God Kuganaweka. That is to say and to do. Hallelujah. Brothers and sisters, this is God's intention. This is God's plan. This is God's agenda. This is what He is telling CITAM. Yes, as human beings we are saying 6, but He is a God who can do 12. He is a God who can do 60. And He requires His people to do this, that they cooperate with Him. And He therefore communicates this. And I want you to notice that this message is given before chapter 4, where we say that Zerubbabel is being told to build a temple. But so this forms the foundation. Know what is my mind. Know what I am thinking. Know what I have intended. Because if you start doing something before you understand what my intention is, you are likely to limit what God wants to do. God speaks to a person seated here, and He is saying you have been calculating based on what happened last year. And He is saying, forget the history. Forget the former things. A new thing is arising. A new thing is coming. I, the Lord, it is my season to bless you. Hallelujah. Since you are not saying amen, let me say amen to myself. Amen, Pastor Karita. And I am believing I will be blessed. Yet me, I will be blessed. Will you be blessed? Yes. Or good? Then when we are blessed together, we will plant that church. Yes. And then He says in verse 5, and I myself will be a wall of fire around it, declares the Lord, and I will be its glory within. God is saying, because in the days of Zechariah, for a city not to have a wall of protection, it was a shame. But God is saying, I am going to provide protection that is better than brick and mortar. Amen. When you put up a wall, it can be broken, and it has been broken. But I am going to be your protection, so that the cankerworm and the palmerworm and all the worms will not be able to take what I give you. it will be secure. Your fruit will not fall before its season and before it has grown to maturity. I will send rain on its expected hour. From here going forward, I will just be increasing you. This is what I intend. I intend to surround you with fire and to give you honor, to give you glory, and it will be resident within you. Hallelujah. Amen. As a church, God wants to bless us, to raise us to a new level, to get us to a place where we know that we have a Father. We are not orphans. We are not forsaken. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. How does it go? He knows my name. He knows my place. He knows where I reside. He knows my address. He knows my address. Where I live, some of you don't know, but God knows. And His blessing will be given right to the bosom. That's what He says. I will bless you, and I will bless you using men, and they will bring it right to your bosom. God's intention. But then God also tells us, there is an expectation I have of you, and I make it as a demand. I make it as the condition. So you could call it, instead of calling it God's demand, call it God's condition. What is the condition for God to bless you? And we find this from verse 6 going to 7. It says, come, come, flee from the land of the north. In other words, leave Babylon, the city of man. Come to Jerusalem, the city of God. Leave the place of unbelief. Leave the place of defeat. Leave the place of failure. Leave the place of oppression and come over to where I am. Please notice that the wording here is not go. It doesn't say flee, run away, go to Jerusalem. It says come. If I told Pastor Odira, come, it means I'm telling him to come to where I am. And that's what God is saying. Leave where I am not and come to where I am. My demand, my condition for me to fulfill what I intend, I need you to be in the place where I am residing. And when you come this place, we will be together. There's a difference between telling you go, because I can tell you go there, I may come, or go there, I may not come, as opposed to when I say come. Anytime you say come, then you are telling people to come to where you are. And since it is God speaking, saying come, and not once, verse 6 says come, come. Then He says flee from the land. And then verse 7 starts, come, O Zion, escape if need be, run away from the daughter of Babylon. Come to where I am. It's an invitation to be in the place of God, to think like God thinks, to come to where you're walking with God. I intend this, but this is the condition. This is my demand. You must be with me. Are you seated here and you have never gone to where God wants you to be? You are seated here. You have never given your life to the Lord. God is telling you, I have good plans concerning you. I have a good agenda concerning your life, but you must first come to me. There is somebody here who gave his life to the Lord. In other words, you started the journey from Babylon, and that's a good thing. Then the Lord told you, come and do this, and you said no. So you are partially obedient. God is saying, come until you arrive where I expect you to be. Do what I want you to do. and you will be surprised at how there will be an overflow of blessings in your life. That's the invitation of God. And now, when you come, God starts giving you assurances. You know, God is promising you even before you leave. He tells you, this is, you know, what I intend to do. This is the condition. And now he starts giving assurances. So God's assurances are this: you are dear, you are precious. That's why I have hidden you in the apple of my eye. And then he says, I am against those who are against you. I am against your enemies. Hallelujah. I don't know whether you are getting this. Let's do an exercise. Take your right finger, pointing finger, or any of your finger. Try to touch the apple of your eye. Just try to touch. God has made your eye in such a way that anytime somebody tries to touch you, now you try it yourself, you wouldn't touch. I saw somebody trying to touch another. Immediately the eye closes. Now, you are hidden not in your own eye, but in the eye of God. Amen. To communicate, you are special. Here it talks about protection, but it also mentions, or to me it indicates that you are precious. You are valuable. You are the chosen of the Lord. You are, finish it for yourself. God holds you important and significant. You should never say, only one. No. You should say, I am a child of the King. You should sing, I am a child of God. I am a child of God. I am a child. And mean it from the heart, because he is saying that that's what you are. I have hidden you. Verse 8. For this is what the Lord Almighty says. After he has honored me and has sent me against the nations that have plundered you, for whoever touches you touches the apple of the eye. You could even put the comma after plundered you, and at the end there, and it continues in verse 9, I will surely raise my hand against them. So he says, after God has done this, but he stops and says, no, I must first put this. You are like, you know, you are, for whoever touches you, touches the apple of my eye. Is it possible to touch the apple of God's eye? No. That's how special you are. God is saying, those people that have been plundering you, watakiona, temakuni, they will see dust. They will see stars. Because you are important. Turn to your neighbor and tell him, do you know you are important to God? And that person, whether he is saved or not, he is valuable. He is important in the eyes of God. And that's why God is saying, get out of Babylon. And then you realize your true worth in the hands of God. Brothers and sisters, we talked about repentance last week, and repentance is what makes us right with God. None of us has not failed. Even the ones that you think they are very holy, like your senior pastor. But for the grace of God, it will be nothing. And God is telling you, you are that significant. All I want is for you to move over. And this is my assurance that I will protect you. And then he says in verse 9, I will surely raise my hand against them, who? The ones who plundered you, so that their slaves will plunder them. God is here saying, you know, those guys that have made you slaves will realize that you as the slaves are more important to God, because I will lift up my hand against the devil and all the forces of darkness, and I will show them dust, and as I show them dust, I will make sure that that retributive justice is followed by distributive blessing. Hallelujah. Let me break down that. I saw distributive, retributive. It is simply to say this: retribution, God will hit your enemies, slap your enemies, and when He slaps, He is selective. He will hit them, they will go. Whatever they had, He will leave it there, and He will just take it and walk away. Hallelujah. It reminds me of the days the children of Israel were coming from captivity in Egypt. God gave them favor with the Egyptians, and the Egyptians gave them gold and silver, so that those who were previously slaves were having bling bling as they walked in the desert. And as they walked in where did the gold and the silver come from to build the ark? It is what they had taken from Egypt, and they have that in their minds. And God is saying, I will repeat it in Babylon. This is the second captivity, but I will repeat so that you will plunder those who plundered you. Those who treated you like slaves and did not know your worth will realize that God has come for His own. Hallelujah. I need to move on. Then God makes certain promises. Remember where we are coming from. God's intention, God's condition, and now He promises, and He gives certain assurances. Verse 10 and up to 12. It tells us that He will dwell among His people. And His people will be like a magnet. They will attract the nations. Here it's about influence. It's about you being, recognized and accepted. Let's just read so that we just help our minds to remember, to recall. In fact, here God starts with the celebration. Shout and be glad, O daughter of Zion. Before He says it, He says, just rejoice. Why? For I am coming, and I will live among you. I will live among you. I will dwell among you. Jump to verse 12. He says, the Lord will inherit Judah as His portion in the Holy Land, and will again choose Jerusalem. What I hear God saying is this. You have maybe gone to a place, somebody has invited you, and you're seated there, and you're eating, maybe even in a hotel, because there are some people like that. And then they tell you, then you go and do something, I'm coming. And they leave you. They go. And you're left there, and 1 hour, and later you have to chonga viazi. No. You have to meet the people. God is saying this to remove that mentality. He is saying that I will dwell with you. I will not leave you, for I am coming and I will live among you. I will be with you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never leave you destitute. I will never leave you to wonder what is happening. But I will walk with you. I will keep your company. I am not inviting you so that when you arrive, I take off. No, I am inviting you so that I can live with you. Brothers and sisters, what an expectation is being built here. What an expectation that we should have. How excited we should be about the agenda that God has for His people. Then He says, according to verse 11 that we jump, many nations will be joined with the Lord in that day, and will become my people, and I will live among you, and you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me. Now He says, many nations will join the Lord. But you are with the Lord. If you are with the Lord and they are joining the Lord, it reminds me of the words of Jesus, that if you exalt me, I will draw all men and women and children. He is talking about you becoming socially relevant and socially significant. Hallelujah. That you will have influence. People will seek you. Those who castigated you will come apologizing. And those who neglected you will look for you to say sorry. And those that have forgotten you will be looking for opportunities to come where you are. I am saying delegations will be coming from the village. Sorry, not from the village. Because the Bible says it is not individuals, it is nations that will come. They will ask, where is that CITAM Karen? I want to visit Google Maps and get that CITAM Karen. And even Google will be shocked. How come so many people want to find out this CITAM Karen? Because God is in that place. When we accept to have Him as the one that is leading us and guiding us. Hallelujah. Amen. This is the expectation. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I am prophesying. God says from here henceforth, I may not be there to see it with you, but from here henceforth we believe. Once we believe, God will do it. And it doesn't matter what others will be saying, because God has said it. You will be sought after. In the places where they rejected you, they will come looking for you. In those places where they sacked you, they will realize that you are the person that makes the difference. Amen. You know, we talk of headhunting. You will be headhunted. And to be headhunted is not the same as a guy who is applying for a job. Headhunting, they come and say, we realize you are the guy that should serve us here. And when you come down to the negotiating table, your terms are different. Because when you are headhunted now, you start saying, I can't take that. Are you serious? You keep looking for me. If you're looking for me, make that deal better. You wait until they give their topmost, then unaongeza. Hallelujah. I don't know whether you're excited like I am. This is going to be a great year. Amen? They have looked down upon us because we believe in God. And that is our secret weapon. Knowing God is our secret weapon. Then, verse 13. God's counsel. Actually, I had called that God's expectation. And I think this is where the expectation really is. It is that when you hear all this, you will live confidently because you know that God is in charge. Amen. Verse 13 reads this way. Be still before the Lord. In other words, don't be restless. Be comfortable in the Lord. Be assured in the Lord. Be unperturbed in the Lord. But let me read what it says to the end. Be still before the Lord, all mankind, because He has aroused Himself from His holy dwelling. God is saying all people will just have to acknowledge God. But if you are with the Lord, and others are being told, shut up, you are part of the telling, shut up. You live confidently. And like I said in the other service, when you are confident, sometimes people mistake confidence for pride. Especially when they don't have confidence. Because you start walking with a new style. You start strutting like a cock. Or like a he-goat. Or like a horse. And your walk is different because it is not the form that makes you proud. You're not actually proud. It's that you know, that you know, that you know, that you know Him. And you are known of Him. And you are friends. And He is in charge. He is telling everybody else, shut up. You live with an assurance that it is well. And no matter what happens, you can join in that hymn and say, it is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with me. It is well not because of who I am, but it is well because of whose I am. It is well because God has chosen me, has invited me into fellowship with Him, and I have accepted that invitation. So my brothers and sisters, will you accept that invitation? Will you go to God and say, I am coming, here I am? Because then you will live confidently. You will live with that assurance, and it shall be that you will be a blessed person because of who is walking with you. I think that's where the great expectation comes in. That you are not saying and reading the book of Isaiah, and you see that Jacob used to say, oh, I am just but a worm. And you also think it is very spiritual, and you start saying, oh, I'm also a worm. That is the mark of humility. No, I am confused. This year, if you see pastor walking like this, hand in the pocket, head higher, it is because I know whose I am. Amen. And I know who is walking with me. Amen. And I know it shall be well. Amen. And I know the Lord will bless me. Amen. And when the Lord blesses me, it's not just me. He will bless my wife. And He will bless my children. And He will make me to increase like many a Mekongo. That's vocabulary to say that I will thrive and I will spread. Hallelujah. And the generations after me will be blessed. Because the Spirit of the Lord has come upon me and has told me that they wait upon the Lord, they renew their strength. They mount up with wings and they run and are not weary. They walk and never faint. And the Lord has taught me to wait on Him. This is my year. This is my decade. This is my season. I will not be stopped. I will not be silent. I will live with confidence. I will live with assurance. I will live and not die. And I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of those who live eternally. Because they never die. When you believe in God, you never die. You are alive now, and when they take your house or your tent to bury it, you continue living. So goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days that I am alive here, and in eternity there is a mansion that awaits me. Hallelujah! And somebody say, children realize something is happening. Woo, glory. It's time to go home. So let me conclude and tell you this quotation that I saw that summarizes what I'm trying to say. That fear, when it is tolerated, is faith contaminated. I will not live in fear. I think God is telling us, cast away fear. He is saying, this is my intention. This is my demand. Come to me. These are my assurances and my promises. Consequently, don't allow fear to dictate how you will live. Instead, have faith. Because when you allow fear to be part and parcel of you, then it will contaminate your faith. And many are those whose faith has been contaminated because they have not recognized what God is telling them. but you have no reason hereafter to doubt what God is telling you. I am God's prophet today. I am God's Zechariah today. And he has sent me to tell you, this is his intention. And you need to have that foundation very, very clear. And once you have that foundation, then God will ask you to do things, and you will know that they can be done. If you don't have that foundation, and you try to do what God wants you to do, you will be shaken by the winds that blow from the enemy. Because the devil blows winds, and he blows winds against, if he blew winds against the Son of God, when he was in the sea, you know, he will blow winds against you. Storms will come against you. But I see that Jesus, when the wind blows, he is not fearful. The disciples are scared cats. But Jesus just stands and says, stop, be still. And some of you say, but that was Jesus. Then I read in the book of Acts that there is this major storm, and guys have not eaten, and they are carrying a man of God by the name of Paul. And Paul goes to God in the midst of the storm. And I don't think he was praying, God, Papa, what is happening? No, God, we agreed I am going to Rome to preach. What is this about storm? Oh, don't worry, Paul. I will take care of you. And just because of you, I will give the life of all those men that are with you. None of them will perish. But just to teach them a lesson, they will lose their property. But Paul, don't worry. And Paul goes to the people in the ship and he tells them, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, God has told me through his angel that you're not going to die, you're just going to lose property. Even this ship is going to be wrecked. And even those who don't know how to swim, don't worry. God is in charge. You are not going to die. Somehow you will make it to the shore, and consequently you may sit and eat. I know you don't know how to be still. Now be still and eat, and they refuse. And Paul says, I am not going to bother with you. The Bible says he sat and he broke bread and he ate. Amen. And after some time they followed suit. That's what we need. That's what God is telling us. Be like that. Paul was a man like you, of similar passions as you have. And he did that. Why can't you do it? Amen. If Paul can do it, so can you. Because you serve the same God. Don't allow your faith to be contaminated. Don't allow disease to preach to you. No. We'll talk more about that next week. Don't miss it. Hallelujah. Amen. Let's pray. You are an awesome God. There is no God like you. A God who communicates his intentions even before he tells his people what he is requiring of them. And that's what you have done here, Lord. You are telling us that blessings are our portion. They are our right. You will communicate ideas of how wealth can be transferred from those that have been oppressing us and to come, dear Lord, to us. You are telling us, Lord, that you have good plans concerning us, and we want to thank you and to bless you for this. But you also invite us to run to you, to turn to you. Lord, we want to come to you. I come to you and ask you, Lord, receive me. And I pray for others that are seated in the congregation that want to come to you, that they will have the courage, Lord, to do exactly that. As we are praying, Heavenly Father, your word in the book of Isaiah 65 verse 1 says, even to those that were not seeking you, you made yourself available. Even those who were not able to come to you, Lord, you made yourself visible. You revealed yourself to those who did not ask of you. The people who are standing, Lord, are asking of you that you will help them to make the transition in one way or the other, in one place or the other. And you're saying, you are here. May you speak to them, may you strengthen them, may you help them to make that transition. And may this day, dear Lord, make or mark a new beginning for each one of them. Help them, Lord, to overcome fear. Help them, Lord, to have pure faith. Help them, Lord, to experience growth and increase as you have intended for them. And Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray that you will dismiss every one of us with your blessing. And as we go and activate our faith in what you have told us, may we, Lord, experience growth, exponential growth, unprecedented blessing. May our lives never be the same because we believe your word. And now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forever. Amen and amen. God bless you. Have a blessed week. See you on Sunday. I've got my mind made up and I want